reset pole 1, time to reset pole number 2. I might have one on, I don't know. It might be seaweed.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We can actually hook it.
Yeah. All right, nothing on the squid. Had luck with the straight up mackerel. This is a combination of mackerel and squid. But look, something's pulling out, so I'm gonna reset it, cast it as far as I can, see if it works the 3rd time.
See it? Yeah, nothing. Crab, crab, crab. It's a keeper. Don't block me, don't block me, don't block me. It's a keeper, it's a keeper.
Well, this segment's brought to you by Sportin' here, another company that sent me something to feature in their videos, but they sent me a pretty legit, you know, changing pop-up tent, and they also sent me this, a pretty legit pop-up beach chair slash camping chair. So it comes with the little chair part and a bunch of legs for the chair, and simple to put together. No, it's not a pop-up chair, just like a pop-up tent in that respect, but it does have a little frame and you can stick it all together. Before you know it, you have a little chair you can sit on and enjoy yourself while you're watching your pole bend. All right, just getting you guys caught up. Kind of been discombobulated with the sequence of events here, but I caught my first crab. Very excited to catch my first crab. Never want to turn your back on the ocean. But I had a feeling that there were gonna be crabs sitting here because when I got here, the tide was outgoing, so it was a little safer. I could actually cast in without worrying about the snares being pulled in. If anything, they're being pulled away. But when I got here, I saw some of the commercial boats kind of far in the distance, but I noticed a lot of crab markers or crab floats, crab buoys within casting distance. So that tells me that people are dropping their pots pretty close to shore because there might be keepers there. And sure enough, threw my squid and mackerel in and caught myself first keeper on, like, I don't know, the third cast, something like that. So check this out. This is a male Dungeness crab, legal size. I'll measure it for you guys just in case, but that's a male there, and you can tell by the apron at how skinny it is. And of course, to measure it, you got to have a crab gauge on you. 2 things in California. Well, you got to be 3 things. You got to be in season, you got to have a crab gauge on you, and you got to have your fishing license if you're fishing from shore. So we're gonna measure tip to tip, 6 inches, just like that. This is a legal crab in Washington, Oregon, and California. And look how healthy the legs are. They're pretty thick, so he's pretty heavy. You know, a little smaller than what you would get in the stores, but pretty heavy. So he's gonna have a lot of meat in the shoulders, and his claw's pretty hard. So we're gonna toss him in, throw him in the bucket, keep casting our snares, and hopefully we'll catch some more to add to the dinner. All right, well, we're finally home, and we've got the crab in our bucket. The nice thing about these bubble boxes is it keeps crab fresh practically overnight. I have about, I don't know, 2 or 3 gallons of salt water, and the crab percolating in there, and he's doing pretty good. So I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna show you how to properly dispatch a crab. So we have our male Dungeness crab fresh out the bucket. Pretty lively. It'd be lively too if I knew I was gonna be turned into dinner or lunch. So underneath the apron, this is an apron, and you can tell it's a male because of how skinny the apron is. Underneath the apron, there's a little point, and below that point, or actually above the point if the crab was upright, is its heart. I've shown you how to take off the shell in a prior video, and right in the middle, above that point, right in the center of the shoulders here, is a little point, and it's actually where the heart is located. So what we're gonna do is pass the point of this knife right through the heart, and to do that, I'm gonna have to get underneath the apron. And there's the point right there that you want to insert the knife blade. So I'm gonna restrict his legs and claws. I've peeled back the apron. I'm gonna take our knife point and push straight down. And just like that, the crab's been immobilized. Nice, clean, humane kill. Should be pretty painless. And here we have the carcass of the crabs. We've got the lungs, we've got the legs, we've got a lot of stuff we don't actually need. So we're going to rip the lungs off, toss them aside, take the mandibles, toss those aside. The lungs you can't really eat. I mean, they're not really edible, but there's a lot of guts in here that I know a lot of people actually like to eat. That stuff is a lot of flavor, a lot of cholesterol. Frankly, I could do without it just for today. So I'm gonna take the shoulders, crack it in half, just like this, and give it a hard, firm shake. I don't want to get rid of all that crab butter, but for today's meal, we're just gonna go straight clean crab meat. Just like that, removed all the guts, removed all the butter. Yeah, I removed a lot of flavor, but this is how you can quickly clean the crab. So you just gotta make sure you kill it humanely, rip off the top shell, break it in half, give it a quick clean shake, and that's the easiest way to get yourself some clean Dungeness crab meat. All right, meanwhile, we've had a little pot of that salt water boiling. It's about ready to go. We have our crab legs, so I'm just gonna open this up. Oh yeah, piping hot, ready to feed these legs in. Now, a big reason why I actually break the crab down is because this pot, my little outdoor travel pot, is so small, I can't typically fit the full carapace in, the top shell, so I break it down and just plunk the little halves in there, and they actually fold down just nicely. Oh, they're actually still kicking. Pretty amazing how much activity you can still get from an essentially destroyed crab here. So we're gonna toss that in the water and let it steam for about 8-9 minutes. Come back to it, clean it up, de-shell it, and get the garlic rice ready. Well, it's been about 9-10 minutes, and man, I can smell this from across the yard. It smells so good. So let's pop the top. Ooh, buddy. Oh yeah. Look at that. Hot, fresh, Dungeness crab, boiled in salt water. Man. Oh, it smells so good. I don't know if I can wait to crack it all open. I might eat it just as is. So now we have our fresh steamed Dungeness crab, and we've got our cracker. Now comes the hard part, cracking and de-shelling all this fresh meat without eating it. Oh man, that's hot. Whew. I should let it cool just a little bit, but I want this stuff really bad, so I'm just gonna burn through it, crack it as fast as I can, work on a little pile of meat, and then move on to the rice. All right, now that we have our entire crab de-shelled, look at all that delicious meat. And yeah, I took a few bites, I ain't gonna lie. We have our little pan ready to go, and we have some kind of pre-made butter and garlic right here, kind of cheated a little bit. And I'm just gonna take a little bit and throw it on the pan. I just wanna ensure that the entire bottom of this is evenly coated. Now that we've got the butter sizzling, I think it's time to add our rice. This is just rice from yesterday, and we're gonna crush it in. Nice thing about rice is, even at 1 day old, this is rice from yesterday's dinner, it carries over to the next day so well. So the reason why I'm squishing it in is so as I mix it in and fold in the crab, it's gonna evenly cook and fry up too. There you go, rice is starting to brown on the bottom just a little bit. I'm gonna break it off the bottom so it doesn't burn. Wanna make sure we don't ruin a good thing here. And it's just about ready. As a final step, we'll go ahead and take all of our beautiful crab meat here and pour it right in, basically. Look at that. Man, I don't want to lose any of that crab meat. Oh my gosh, look at that. And add a little salt and pepper to taste. It's already salty enough because of the salt water, but we'll add a couple dashes of pepper just to round things out. Keep folding that over. Heat up that crab. That crab's already cooked, right? So we don't really need to leave it on the heat for too long. Oh man, I really wish you guys could smell this. It smells so, so good. Oh. Crab, fried rice, and garlic butter. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I can't wait to take a bite. Man, this comes from a day of just hanging out with the family and paying attention to the water, paying attention really to what other people were doing. I wouldn't have thrown my crab snares in if I didn't see those crab pot floats so close to shore, so I ran back to the van, got my rod and my surf stake and a couple snares, and boom. I think it was like third, fourth cast, caught this. Let's take a bite. Let's see if all the hard work was worth it. Again, there's nothing like crab steamed in the salt water that you caught it in. That salt water really makes it taste that much sweeter. Man, totally much better than fresh water, and much better than steaming that crab in beer. There's one thing missing. Speaking of, oh my gosh, banging. So worth it. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's actually starting to rain out here. I'm standing and filming in the rain and eating crab fried rice with beer in the rain. And I don't think I'd want to be anywhere else. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate all your time that you spend with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So good. It really is.